The equation negative 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 equals 0 fits the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, with a being equal to negative 3, b being equal to 5, c being equal to 1. So therefore x is going to be negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times 1 all over 2 times negative 3. Go ahead, John. All right, continuing on with number 5. Here we're looking at simplifying now within the square root. So I have negative 5 plus or minus square root. This is going to be 5 squared, which is 25. Here I have minus, and then 4 times negative 3 times 1 is negative 12 over 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. So I have x is equal to negative 5 plus or minus. Here I've got 25 plus 12 over negative 6. X is equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 37 over negative 6. So let's break this up. So if I go x equals negative 5 plus the square root of 37 over negative 6. Let's see, negative the square root of 37. So the square root of 37 is 6.08. If I add negative 5 to that, I get positive 108. Positive 1.08. So I have 1.08 over negative 6. So if I divide 1.08 by negative 6, I get negative 0.18, which is approximately equal to negative 0.18. So that'd be one answer. Then I have x equals negative 5 minus the square root of 37 over negative 6. So I go negative 5 minus the square root of 37, and I get negative 11.08. So negative 11.08 over negative 6. So divide that by negative 6, and I get a positive 1.85, which is approximately 1.85. So that'd be my answers for both values of x. That would make that equation true. Those are approximations. So negative 0.18 and positive 1.85. Going to number 6. Going to 6. Here, in order to create this, rewrite this equation, if I were to add 2.7x and subtract 11.1 from both sides of the equation, okay, this would go to 0 on the right side, and on the left I would have 1.3x squared plus 2.7x minus 11.1. So my A is going to be 1.3, my B is going to be 2.7, and my C is equal to negative 11.1. So using the quadratic formula then, I would go negative 2.7, that's, let's try that again. That should be x equals negative 2.7 plus or minus square root of 2.7 squared minus 4 times 1.3 times negative 11.1 all over 2 times 1.3. Okay? So, x equals negative 2.7 plus or minus. So 2.7 squared, 2.7 squared is 7.29. So I have 7.29 minus, and then 4 times 1.3, 4 times 1.3 times negative 11.1 gives me a negative 57.72. Negative 57.72. And that is all over 2 times 1.3 is 2.6. So I have x is equal to negative 2.7 plus or minus square root 7.29 plus 57.72 over 2.6. So 7.29 plus 57.72, 7.29 plus 57.72 gives me 65.01. So I have x is equal to negative 2.7 plus or minus the square root of 65.01, all over 2.6. I think we're going to have to continue this on to the next one, so we're going to erase number 7 and just work this right up to the next one. So here we go. We have x then, continuing on. We have x is equal to negative 2.7 plus or minus, and if I take the square root of 65.01, I get 8.06 plus or minus 8.06 all over 2.6. So let's break this up. We have x is equal to negative 2.7 plus 8.06 over 2.6. So if I add negative 2.7 and 8.06 together, so negative 2.7 plus 8.06, I get 5.36. So x is equal to 5.36 over 2.6. So if I divide that by 2.6, I get 2.06. So x is approximately 2.06. That's one of the answers. Now, do the same thing, but make this a minus. So I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take this expression right there. And now I'm going to take and get rid of this plus right there, and I'm going to go minus. Minus. So now I go negative 2.7, minus 8.06. That gives me negative 10.76. X is equal to negative 10.76 divided by 2.6. So if I take and divide that by 2.6, I get negative 4.14. So x is approximately negative 4.14. So those are the answers for the two values of x right there. So there's 5 and 6.